Oh, this is exciting. Oh, look. Oh my goodness, look at that.
You're also international.
I know. So where have we got people from, guys?
Right now, Los Angeles.
Wow. Oh, look, Denver.
Denver. Hi, Kirsten. Amy.
Austin, Texas. San Francisco.
We
San
can't go
Francisco.
fast.
Pennsylvania.
Susan. Oh,
Ireland. Ireland, you can Italy, Missouri. Oh my.
Sorry,
Netherlands.
Hi.
Brighton, New
York City.
Berlin, Derby. I can't go that fast.
Oh my gosh. Where are you?
Oh, I've got little
Leamington.
Granny lived in Leamington.
Oh, Leamington Spa.
No, Lymington.
Oh, Leamington.
In the New Forest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And now you see.
Leamington. I've actually been there.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, long
Okay,
time ago.
fine.
Yep.
So, I think this is it. We're on, and we're going to start the masterclass. Hello, everybody. And I just want to start off by saying congratulations to you for really taking a very big green step in the right direction and creating a sustainable closet. Because I'm going to ask you now how you feel about the garment that you've got. And then I'm going to ask you again at the end how you feel about the garment that you've just put all that love into.
Lovely.
Because we feel different.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm going to, first of all, just a bit of housekeeping. We're recording this so we can put it on YouTube. We'll put it up pretty quickly after this so that you can share it for anybody that you think would really like it. And they can all do their things as well. I think, Kate, would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, thank you, Kate. Hi, everyone. I'm Kate Sekules, and I'm a mender, obviously. I wrote that book. And I'm professor of, well, first of all, my PhD title is A History and Theory of Mending. So I cover the waterfront, and I'm professor of fashion history at Pratt and of mending fashion, a brand new course, first of its kind, at Parsons, NYC.
Yeah, that's a pretty high accolade. I'm just finding that little picture of that slightly hilarious naughty picture. Sorry, I shouldn't be doing which one. See, this book is it's not naughty, it's not a naughty book, it's about mending.
Yeah.
But it's very, 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 very good. Anyway, so right, here we are. Right, first of all, equipment check. So you should have a hole in something. It's really weird bringing nothing.
Yeah,
like bringing
an absence.
So I've got this one. And I'm sure you've got yours. And in a minute, I am going to ask you to hold your holes up to the camera so we can all feel like we're in the lesson together. We've got our needles, tapestry needles. And I did say in the last email to bring a little piece of paper and a pair of scissors, only because Kate's got a very clever way of threading the needle. Now, you might be a brilliant needle threader, but if your yarn is on the chunky side, and your needle is on the slimmer side, you might like this tip. So if you need to get a piece of paper and a pair of scissors and you're worried about the needle threading situation, now is the moment. And right, this is how we're going to run the meeting. Everybody's on mute and Anna and Nita are manning the chat. Anna and Nita, right? That was very enthusiastic. So if you've got a question, which you're very likely to have. Hi, Anna. Anna's messaging us to say hi. Thanks. It's great. Oh, yeah. We can know what's going on. So Anna and I are basically going to take the questions, and there may be a flurry of the same question, in which case we'll answer that. Hopefully, we'll be able to just answer them in real time. If you have a burning question that doesn't get answered in the chat, there's a backup situation. We have masterclass@convertedcloset.com, and you can send the email to that with your question and we will answer it. You can also DM Kate Sekules. So Anna is putting Kate's Instagram handle in the chat now. So you can do that if you have a question about your visible mend. And me, but I probably honestly wouldn't message me if you on DM. I would probably message the email and Kate, because they're going to be really good at getting back. And then that's that. So we've muted people because it's going to be easier. Gosh, look at me. I'm just going through all this. All right. And right, two things very quickly. So you know I'm a fan of a big before and after. We are going to do our own before and afters right now. I've got my camera, my phone. I've got my hole. And I think it would be extremely cool if we all took a photo of our holes as they are now. So we've got the before, and then we'll take one at the end. And if you haven't finished it, don't panic, because you can take it when you have finished it. This is the important bit. I think it would be great if you can post it or put it onto Instagram, whichever way you want to, in a story. It's easier, I think, if a post, because then I can reshare it.
Yeah.
And if you actually make it into a collage, which means that you're going to have a photo of your before and after on the same page, side by side. I can recommend 2 apps that I think are good for that. One is Collageable, and Anna prefers one that she knows about. So she's putting both of those links up. So if you want to just make your before and after into one page, these are really easy ways of doing that. And then, right, hashtag Converted Closet Masterclass. Write that down. And so put that hashtag on it, plus tag me at Converted Closet. So you're going to hashtag Converted Closet Masterclass, then you're going to @ Converted Closet, and you're going to
@ Visible Mend.
And
also
then
hashtag Visible Mend.
Hashtag
Visible Mending. That's a big one. Check it out.
Yeah.
Lots of
and then what we're going to be able to do is all of our work will be on one hashtag. So we'll all be able to see each other's before and afters, which I think is really nice. It's like a classroom on Instagram. And then I'm going to share at the end of the week some of our work. So watch out on my stories for that. I think it's going to be really cool, or maybe a post. Right, God, look at that. All my housekeeping. I think that's it. If you don't want to be part of any of this, by the way, you just switch off your camera. So the next thing we're going to do just before we start, so we all can feel that we're in this together, I'm going to hold my hole up to the camera. If you can all do the same thing, I'm not going to put my finger through it, it's going to make it bigger. I'm just going to do that, like, so you can see it. And then if we all do it, we can all see each other's holes, and then I'm going to flick through the gallery. How cool will that be? Here we go. Oh, look at that.
Oh my gosh, I need my glasses.
Right, let's see. Oh, look.
Oh, nice.
Oh, look.
Oh.
Lots of
Some of you have
multi-colour.
mushrooms.
What, a mushroom
Darning
jumper?
mushrooms.
Oh,
darning
that sounds
mushrooms
great.
like
Oh, I haven't
this.
got a darning mushroom. Don't worry if you haven't got a darning
Don't
mushroom.
worry, you don't need anything but
Look at
what we've
this.
said.
Oh, look.
Sweet.
Here we go. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Right, there we go.
Right, go back to
Back
you.
to this one. Right, Kate, I'm ready for my class. So Kate's going to teach me, and in turn, you. I'm going to do my best to be a good student.
Good.
I'm not being naughty. If she sends me out the naughty corner, you can just carry on with me, but I'm really going to behave myself.
No.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so, well, first of all, I hear you would like to do a heart done. She likes the shape, see. I can understand that. So it's not the easiest way to start, but you can sew. So I want to also, should we just do a regular one first as practice? Do we have time?
I forgot to take my before because I was so busy talking. Look, hang on. Here we are. There's my before. You'll see this.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good
Done.
hole.
Right.
Well, first we should thread the needle anyway.
Okay.
That's the first thing. So the magic yarn trick. This is a, I need a needle, and this is that's the one. I'm going to show you a way to thread a needle that is super easy. When you have fat yarn, even if you've got a big fat needle, it is not possible to do this. There are ways. There's this way. When you pull it and you kind of slip it through, Yeah, I'll go up to there. Yes. That is not even easy. I'm just going to show you the easiest way in the world.
Stand that one up.
I'm going to take this piece of paper.
We need a bit more light. So stand it on its stand. Thanks, Sam.
Piece of paper, normal piece of paper. Cut a strip of paper like that. And fold it. And make sure it fits through the needle. Well, you've done that already. Take it like this. Take your yarn. Sandwich the yarn into the paper. And slip that in, just like that.
Oh, this is nice and easy.
Did that show up, girls, over there? Thank you. Yeah,
Ooh.
there you go. Yeah. So easy and really satisfying because threading needles is a pain.
Are we nearly there?
Yeah, we're nearly there. We're done.
That's
We're
it.
done.
That's the
Bye.
challenge.
Okay.
Any questions, guys? I saw one coming in about someone having multiple colors.
Mm.
Yeah, the question is, what colors of yarn, which should we choose first?
Mm. That's a good question. And really the answer is what you prefer. The one that you choose first, it's like you're warping your loom. So they're the vertical ones. That's going to be a little less obvious in the end. The one that you use second will be a little more prominent. I'm going to show you one actually. So
Yeah, I think if
can I do that?
someone's
Show
thinking
you
about
some-
multiple colors, they know what they're doing.
Yeah. There are some sort of classic visible mend style yarn darns which have scattered stitches around the edge. I think, Kate, you want to be more neat, don't you? You
Well,
don't want the edge.
I'm a bit of a, yeah, I like a definite look.
Yeah, definite look.
So I'm going to do like
can do
a
that.
solid shape,
Yeah,
a deliberate shape.
we can do something. Let me show you one I did earlier. Just, you know, because we're just starting, let's have a look at some darns that are done.
Ooh.
So this is my friend's sweater that is absolutely riddled with holes. I'm not going to show you all the holes. It had the stars, these
And
stars, the
right
beige
then.
star. Oh yeah. Oh yes.
There you go.
So I darned several holes at once with more stars.
More
They're
stars. So
like
that's a new
woven.
star.
That's a new
there.
star. That's a new star.
Wow.
That's a new star.
So
up
it can
there.
look really neat.
You can
you
do
want
it.
it to.
Yes.
Good.
And you know, this it takes a bit longer. It's a little more. You just need to take a bit more care. But
Well,
we're going to do that. We are going to do that.
so
yeah,
can I just ask?
Yeah.
That's the tail.
yeah,
How long do I have it?
a good arm's length is
Okay, so I'm going to pull it out and what to the middle of my heart.
Yes, to your heart.
There we go. Cut
How
it off.
appropriate. Yes.
We do have a question in the chat. Somebody's asked about the weight of the thread.
The weight.
Good
How do you
question.
choose
The good question. I mean, first of all, you can use whatever you have lying around. Just know that if you don't have the thing that you
Yeah,
think you
'cause-
need, you can still
Because this is
mend.
thick and this is thin.
This is thinner than this.
I just know it's going to show up a lot. But I want that.
Generally, I mean, if you've got a fine knit sweater like this, then that is it's actually not even, it's not very nice, it's acrylic, but you know, oh, I know, secondhand, of course. But that would be a very thin yarn would be the classic thing to use. In fact, I'm going to show you the classic thing to use, mending yarn.
Oh, look at that.
So this was everyone in all the world had something like this. All the ladies anyway.
This is a sign. Can I just say, I'm having a little moment.
Oh,
My number is 88.
oh,
And that is colour
because of my old
88.
bus.
We are in alignment.
That's also my number.
saying. What?
Because my old bus was 88 growing up.
I lived in
So lovely.
88 in London, Hereford. Anyway, thank you. Anna's giving us
So,
a time check. Better look at it in
magic
the
of
chat.
mending.
Okay, so
already.
everybody's got this
Yeah.
ready. What now?
So take your, yes, the yarn a little thicker than the yarn that your thing was made of, generally will do. So now you've threaded your needle. We're not going to knot. We're going to leave a tail and then deal with it later.
That
Okay?
long?
Yeah, just have it usable, easily. You know, you don't want to get all knotted up. You will get a bit knotted up.
Just so you
chances
can see
are.
about how long my tail is. It's about there. See?
Yeah,
Maybe it's like,
the
yeah.
tail
there.
will eventually need pulling through when you get
Okay.
nearer the top. Now, where is it? You want a heart. I had to go earlier doing a heart just in case. So you want to, first of all, if you're doing a shape, and even if you're just doing a boring shape, outline it. So that is my heart I just did 5 minutes ago. And it's freehand. If you don't trust yourself to do that, then draw with any kind of marker that works on your,
Yeah, with
even if
chalk.
it's chalk, if you have it, dressmaker's chalk is really good, or any of those pencils that quilters use. But if you don't have anything else, you can even draw in pen, just a little smaller.
Yeah, because it
You'll
won't
cover
show.
it.
Is
Yeah.
that
That's on the outside. I'll show you the inside. This is the inside. I have some more started ones over there. So I've still got my needle threaded, and I left a tail, which is
Okay.
what we're going to do. We're going to leave a tail about that long.
So I'm going to ad lib
Yeah.
with my heart. So I'm going to turn the
First-
jumper up the way I want.
Some more things to bear in
Oh.
mind first before you even start. So you see the size of this hole. See the size of this
Yeah.
hole. It is, I've been careful to go far enough around the hole that there is solid fabric there. There's knitting that will hold the hole. You need to not have it disintegrate.
So you have to give a perimeter around your
perimeter,
hole
that's the word.
of where, so basically the minimum is to make sure that you're sewing on the solid.
Yeah,
If you're even remotely on the fragile fraying bit, get off it and go further out.
go further out. That means a
Okay.
bigger darn, but that's okay because darning is fun.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah,
it's the
that's what we're
point.
doing.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna like this.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
Okay.
So think if you're doing a heart, which you are,
Mhm.
and you may not be, but if you are, start with a point, I'd say, and imagine the whole. In fact, let me show you some more for you if you're not doing hearts, because if you're going to imagine the thing, I showed you this already, but see, these are all a kind of shape, and the shape is dictated by the shape of the hole. The woven bits are weaving over where the hole is.
Oh, nice.
And so your hole is kind of, if you want it to dictate the shape, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. Well, you could
Then
and
think
those
of
are
it that way.
contrasting fabric, but
These
you
are-
could use the
you
same
could use-
color
Absolutely.
and it would.
In fact, funnily enough, my mother did. And there's one that she's done before, and they're really badly done. So I unpicked them all and then used her own tapestry wall, the only tapestry she ever did.
So nice.
To mend it.
See?
So it's a collaboration,
Exactly.
posthumous,
Co-creation.
a co-creation, because we are co-designing after all,
Yeah.
with everyone that came before in this garment. So
Where do we
start with,
Under,
I would
behind.
say, oh yes, good point. Put your thread
Nice.
into the, oh yes.
I think we need more light, Anna. Could you stand that one?
I'm
Oh,
going to
if you
start,
want
you
to,
know what
you
I'm
can
going to
see
do? I'm going to, having
Not
shown
bright
that,
enough. This
I'm
one
gonna find
needs to
another
be
hole.
more.
Here's my other hole.
That's better.
Right.
How do we put that there? Okay, go.
I'm going to go at the same time, and I'm going to start, I'm going to do a normal sort of shape.
Okay.
And a similar hole here, see that? So I'm looking to do something about this size.
Can
and
everybody
you're looking
see?
to do,
Can we just
yes,
have like a, can we just check that everyone can see
Yeah.
this? Is it bright enough?
yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
and
Okay, fabulous.
well, thanks, Linda. Thanks, Miss Tracy. Thank you. Yes, think people are saying yes.
Okay, fine.
We all
Okay,
take
go.
that as a yes. Oh, except we just,
Okay,
oh,
go.
well,
Right, you
still
go.
like, yes. So on the inside, and I'll show you these when we get to that bit, because I've done a bit of short, done a cheat, I think is the word. Put your needle into where you've decided, Kate, you probably want to go from
There.
from me.
Yeah.
You've imagined your
The
heart,
tip of
right?
the heart.
The
That's
tip of the heart, yes.
Okay.
So bring the needle up.
Yeah.
And leave a tail. There are other ways to do this, but I like to do that, and especially when you've got fraying at the end. Good.
How
So
much?
leave a good tail. You're going to incorporate this later. You're probably going to thread a needle and weave it in. So leave something like that.
Okay. Anna, could we have that other light back? Thanks. Mine's in darkness, so I just love it. We can just lie it on the table. That would be great.
Anywhere.
Kate's
would
side
be
is lit
good.
up, but mine isn't.
Oh, we didn't bong the bowl.
Oh, we were going to bong bowl. Okay,
We'll
go.
bong the bowl after. All right. So now you're going to do running stitch. You're going to outline it. I don't always outline it, but I will this time. And you, Kate, are going to really be careful.
Do we work on the inside?
Oh, first, just, oh, thank you. We're going to take the needle back to the front. So in history, throughout, so bring the needle back to the front and work on the front. When
Ah,
they used to teach darning in schools, which they did, pretty universally, they would teach that you darn on the wrong side, and that is so that it's less visible in the end.
Ah,
But we are looking to be visible today.
because we're in 2023
That's right.
and mending is the coolest thing.
It is.
Okay, so I just want,
So
what I've
don't
done,
take a small,
yeah, I'm going to do very
yeah,
small. I started it on the inside.
yeah.
Okay, I got
Too
my
small.
point.
Go back.
Yeah, I
Look
can
what
see.
you
It needs to
see.
be here. I'm going to do it. I'm going to see what I'm doing on the outside so I can bring the needle up at the right point.
Yeah, and imagining your heart the whole
Yeah.
time, because you're
There we are.
outlining so that you will be, it will be easier later. That's good, right? Yeah. So now you're on the front
Okay.
where you're working. Hold your, if you're not used to sewing, hold your work with your hand inside. I know you're used to sewing, but some people might not be. And it's a running stitch is what you're doing. So we're going to outline it. So just go
So going
in
and out.
and out. So a running stitch, whenever you see it on in a book, it's always, including mine actually, it looks like a line on the page.
Yeah.
But actually what you're doing is you're dipping in
Yeah,
and out. You're
That's
dipping.
true. Dipping.
You're dipping.
You're sailing.
You are dipping. So keep
Tail
dipping.
goes, yeah, tail end is on the
And
inside.
hold it with your finger so you don't pull it all the way through. You've
She's-
already done that. You've thought of that. So we're still, I might go a few at once.
Oh, that's a
If
good
you're
idea.
really good at, if you've done this before, you know that you may not want to because you're doing a shape and it's precise. And you might end up at this point, no sighing. Not yet.
Sorry.
It's all going very well.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it? I'm
very
doing
well.
well.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, great.
So let's see.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh.
I'm glad you did that
Okay.
because
I just,
you want to watch the tension.
oh,
I mean, the
what's the
tension
tension? Tell
on
us
there.
about the tension.
If you pull too tight, you're going to get a wobbly darn. You're going to have a mess. It's not
just
going to
leave it.
work well. You want the whole thing. This is your foundation and you want it to be a little bit loose because you're going to weave into it and it's going to get tighter. With this, you are just outlining as if it was an embroidery. So,
Okay.
but same thing.
And
You
it's
are,
interesting because my wool is
can you show them every
sorry.
stitch?
my
Because you,
I
oh,
hope not too dark.
nice.
I did that one's a bit big, but my wool is my yarn is quite a lot thicker than the jumper.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to go anywhere near my hole, and I nearly
Right.
did then. So look.
And that's your, what do you call the bit at the heart of the top of the heart that dips?
I
what
don't
is
know.
that?
What is that?
What is that?
It's
That's
like the
point.
Cupid's bow of the lip.
The Cupid's bow of the heart.
That's the Cupid's bow.
Yeah.
That makes sense, Cupid.
Cupid.
Okay,
is
that's
very
going in there,
relevant.
right? So I'm
So-
now nearly gonna go.
Let me
up
just tell you
again.
about corners. When
Oh.
you're turning a corner, which I am now,
And I
and you
am.
will do a lot with the darn, do that underneath. So you see, I've finished that line and now I'm going under. See this? I'm going under to turn the corner so that you can't see, so that and see what I did there? It all went all knotty. That's going to happen. We're going to have to deal with that.
Okay. What is there a question, Nita?
See,
It
I
says
look, I
someone just
actually
said
knotted it. Look at that.
If what was the question? I didn't.
It's a running stitch
And then
around the
somebody
hole.
said, "Can you do a circle?"
Yes, circles are pretty hard, but not impossible. I mean, it's just, I managed to not, I don't think I've ever done that before. Now what
Call
I'm going to
yourself
have
a
to
teacher
do,
of mending.
yeah, I know,
Whatever.
really.
I'm going to take the class over right now. No.
You know, I did that on purpose
Yeah.
to show you. If you do something really impossibly, you know, you don't want that to stay in, I'm just going to pull it out and start over. Sometimes it's worth it.
Okay.
I absolutely have no idea how I did that.
Well, we can
It's
just
because
use
it's
mine.
on camera. Yeah, you're
There we go.
doing no mistakes.
Mm.
So I'm unknotting
But
and
this
then
is
rethreading.
progress, not perfection. Can I just say that?
Oh, good.
I'm
good
not into
phrase.
perfection.
Good
I'm into
phrase.
progress.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And also,
What do you mean by go?
oh, I mean, when you're turning the
We can turn the
corner,
again.
when you're turning, yes, I'm just rethreading my unknotted thread yarn, and I'm going to show you and talk it through. So here I am on the top of where I'm working. Now I want to turn a corner. So I'm going to take a stitch there and I'm going to take the turning stitch underneath and come up. I want to go that
Oh, I
way now.
see.
So I'm coming up
That's clear.
where I want to be heading.
That's clear.
And
so
so
like I
this
did there,
one,
I went down, and then I turned underneath. So you don't actually turn it inside out or anything. You just like
Yeah.
wiggly.
So now I'm pulling that, but not too tight, because if you pull that tight, again, tension, always think about that. So now I've started the new line and I'm going down here. How are you doing? Oh, that's a heart. Look, you've done it. That's so
It
fast.
looks more like a heart.
Beautiful.
like that.
I'm going to go faster to catch up.
What's the time check? Okay, 20, half past.
Half past. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my, let's go faster. All right. So anyway, actually this time I'm doing, because this is just the start, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go to the part now where we do the warping.
Okay.
Now take your yarn to the bottom of your outline.
So
Bottom
the
corner.
dip of the heart.
In your case, the dip of the heart would be good. Well, actually, you might want, so look, this is what's complicated about a shape that isn't square. You're going to want to take that, this is your important bit because you're covering the whole. And at the moment, I would go in to there and come out so that you can.
Hang on, show me, you go in where?
In again, and you might want to fill in those gaps anyway
You
at
show me
some
with my
point.
needle.
Okay, so I would to come out in the right place, go into there, and now you're filling in that gap. So you got a solid outline, and I think
Oh,
you
so
want
you want
to
me to
be.
do running stitch around in the holes? So I've got a
Well,
solid
I think
outline.
in the end you might
okay.
want that because you want to be neat.
Okay, so I'll just go round
Yeah.
again.
But
So-
not yet, not yet.
Oh.
You can do it at the end. You can decide at
Oh,
the
okay.
end. But what I've done here is to come out where the hole starts so that you're going to be covering the hole.
I'm a bit confused.
Okay, so what's confusing? I didn't
Let's
want
show
to,
the whole thing. That's
yeah.
it. That's it. Right.
because you've slightly complicated it by doing a complicated shape.
Yeah.
I'm making it a square just to work.
Oh,
and then you can
okay.
fill in the rest.
Okay.
That's all. So your square is now starting here. Now we've reached the hole in this case. That's where the fun starts. Well, the fun is actually when you do the weaving into the hole. I'm going to cheat and come up where So now we're going to warp the loom. We're going to set up the darn. And what we're going to do is lay the thread side by side over the hole. And I mean side by side, it has to be really close.
Have you got an example of this?
I
It's easy
do.
to see what we're aiming
Yes,
for.
I did one earlier.
Wonderful.
If anyone's old enough and English enough to know Blue Peter.
Yes.
Here's one I did earlier. So there you go. There's a couple of, this is an example of a finished setting up using the sort of scattering the stitches
Okay.
around. And this is the one halfway done.
Okay, so just to
For-
clarify, in my case, where that's my hole, what I'm going to aim to do, am I going this way across or this way?
And also I would hold it so that you're stitching away from you. It's much
Yeah.
easier
for the
that way.
I'm going to go up, right. So now that's my hole. I am going to be doing stitches from over to the edges,
Yeah.
over to the edges, over to the edges to
Exactly.
cover up my hole.
And
That
again,
makes
being
sense.
careful that you're not colliding with the stuff that's
Is it
going to unravel.
Side by side on the inside. No, we're still on the outside.
We're still on the outside. We're doing the whole thing on the outside.
Am I going right to the edge of the frame?
Yeah, I would, because you've got not
Okay.
that much hole to play with.
Okay. So basically, this is quite cool because this was
Yeah.
my husband's jumper, but
Oh,
actually it's now
yeah.
mine, isn't it?
Absolutely.
never
I've got
gonna
so
wear it
many
with
of
a pink
his.
heart on it.
In fact, that one I'll show you if there's time, is one that was the most apocalypse in his closet.
He should wear it with a pink heart on it.
Maybe he will.
Maybe
You know
he
that
will.
they can learn. Mine now accepts visible mending. He didn't used to.
Oh, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I really believe in 5 years' time, even sooner, we're going to look back. This is going to be a much bigger trend. It will be the coolest
Absolutely.
trend will be how you're wearing something that's
Yeah.
old. Like the older it is, the
Yeah.
cooler.
Yeah.
It's just at the moment we can't really even imagine that because we're still so obsessed with newness, or the world is. But as the planet dictates that
Yeah.
the fashions change and we have to do it this way.
Yeah. And you know
Well,
what, Kate? The I'm a little worried that mending is already, because where I'm standing, which is right in the middle of mending world and sort of mending Instagram and all, it already looks a bit trendy, a bit too trendy. And
Why?
Fashion
How can it be-
companies are imitating men's,
Us.
as you know,
Yeah, but it's
mass
much
produced.
cooler if you've got the real thing.
Of course it is.
And it's more people are doing it. I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter, but is there a question? Can I just finish this thought though? Because it's important, because this is why I call it co-design, because we're not just doing a mend, it's not just a fix. It's actually, you're adding to it, you're personalizing, you're making it unique. You're kind of doing what you do, but in a very scrappy way and small. It's not, but it really goes together. It's the same sort of universe of making your things better and helping the planet.
It is. So
Yeah.
I think
Question.
Okay, so it's like experience later. They say, are you aiming for one thread per wale of the knit? If
Oh.
recommending the yarn.
Yeah, no, it depends on how fat your yarn is compared to your sweater. So this is actually slight rib on this, and it's I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there you can. So it's a little bit outside each wale. So use your eye.
What's a whale?
That's the
I'm
long...
thinking fish, shark.
So
What's a whale?
A whale with no H. It's the long part of the stitches of the knitting. So the whales, and I read whales are down, and the other word. Oh, please. No. Courses are across. That's a knit.
Whales and courses.
Whales and courses.
Could have
I'm not a knitter, but I know some knitting words. Very few.
And then somebody's asking to see the front and the back.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, quickly
yes.
Now I've done it wrong.
Little bit. No, it's not wrong, but you've got you're
tension
on the border of the tension.
I knew this was going to be an issue. I just
tension.
went in and loosened it all. Can you see?
And that's the inside.
That's the right. So this is the outside.
You can actually do that.
That is the inside.
You can do that quite easily. You might want to do this before it's too late. Have a little loosen of all of them. Yeah.
So I'm going in with my needle. I've done it too tightly, which means that if I'm looking at it, it's kind of the jumper's bunching up a bit. So I'm going to go in on the other side. Just use my needle to very gently kind of loosen it all. I haven't done too many stitches yet.
That's great.
And there. So then I can
also,
open it. It's going to stop bunching.
See there is that's the kind of tension you want.
Very loose. Oh gosh.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be this loose, but what you're going to do when you weave in is tightening it. Yeah. So but it's all right if it isn't perfect the first time. It really doesn't matter, and you can always unpick it. It's really, or you can go over it. More is more. I often do that. If I don't like it, I just go over, do more, and I just came out the wrong bit.
Is the thread single or double? Is the working thread single? Well, mine's.
Yours is single, but it looks maybe double occasionally because of the tail.
Yeah.
Single is better. Single is better because of the weaving that you're going to do. And I'm actually making slight botch of this, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Yeah,
we're working on the outside now. Yeah. So I'm on the outside because I can see what's going on a lot more clearly. I've got control of the outside look.
Yeah.
So I'm on the outside. The reason I turned it inside out was to loosen it because my tension was a bit much.
Okay. Is this your first darn?
That's because I got you sitting
next to it. I mean, I'm not doing that for, I mean, I really actually wasn't quite sure. And that is absolutely brilliant. Sweet. So no, you can sew, obviously, but darning is a special, specific kind of.
I would think I was born to darn.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
In your blood. I'm really into it.
In your blood. All Kate's darn, you know.
Right. It's a meditation, as we say.
Meditation is my very special word. And you know what? I use that. In fact, I coined it and I use it all the time because it's true. Yes. You might find that you are feeling a bit relaxed right now. I mean,
yeah, is everyone feeling relaxed right now?
Oh, they're too busy darning to put any writing in there.
They're just too zen.
Yes.
What?
So look, what I'm doing here is I'm finishing the warping. And how much time have we got? Because we should probably start with the old. Oh, we're good. Yeah.
Anna, can you pass me my drink down there in the big cup?
Somebody says, are we supposed to have the long stitches on both sides of the knit? I only have one.
Yeah.
They naturally go to the other side.
Because you're going in and out.
Here's the back. I don't, because wouldn't you automatically?
Yeah.
But you know what? Here you can see through the hole, the back of those stitches you just laid down. That is where they live. So
Do
this
you know-
hole is smaller.
Do you know what I think I would do next time?
Yeah.
I think I would make sure that when I'm doing this, the long stitches, can you see I haven't quite gone to the edge of the stitching? I think
Yeah.
when I'm doing it again, I would go to the outside edge of my outline to make sure that I'm incorporating my outline, just sharing that.
Huh. Yeah, that sounds good.
Then I
Yeah.
can always go over it
Ooh,
afterwards and fill in the
ooh,
gaps.
ooh. And no,
Don't worry, I actually like,
Is there school
staying
trauma
open. No.
in your past.
No, but yeah, exactly.
It's that, you know, there are, you want them side by side, but not too many. But no,
Overlapping.
you're good. A little overlapping, but you can work with
Well,
that. You're just
okay,
going to make
I'm
it
gonna-
work. You're gonna
Because
make
it's
it
going to be
work.
a bulgy heart.
A
That's why.
bulgy heart is what you meant.
Mhm.
I mean,
Big
whose
bulbous
heart isn't
heart.
bulgy? Who ever heard of a flat heart?
Do you need an odd number of?
No. No odd number needed. It's all, there's no one way. The thing about darning, I mean, it's been done since time immemorial, and it means, you know, it's just to fix, essentially. I mean, we're doing it as a decoration as well, but you are joining, you know, millennia of, I mean, it has to be said, mostly women, but not all, who have done this, and they just do it because they have to. They need to fix it. So it's what works. There's no, if you didn't do a perfect job, it is quite mendy. That's the word I use.
Yeah, I hope, Stephanie, I hope Riley's on this call, because I will be expecting his handiwork afterwards. He's a husband of a friend of mine. He's a very good sewer.
Oh,
Well,
excellent. I've done that one. Well,
oh,
every now and again you maybe show. Right, so let's start. Have you done your warping?
yeah,
So-
I'm very aware that it's
It's a
losing its
little-
top, but I'm all right with that because I can fill in the blanks and make
Yeah,
it look more hearty afterwards.
Absolutely. Right
So-
at the end, it comes together. Often, actually, it does this. It comes together right at the end.
This is a really good thing to know, because if
Yeah.
you're like me and you're thinking,
Yeah,
that's really a lot like a heart knot, it's going to be okay in the end.
it is.
Because
you're going to
you can
heart it.
fill in the blanks.
Hearterize it.
Somebody said,
Hearterize.
Are we warping the whole heart or just the whole?
Oh, the whole thing.
The
If you've
heart.
done if you've done a
Whatever
shape,
your
the
outline
whole
shape
thing.
is.
Mhm.
Oh, look, she's finished. Her thread on the vertical. Well,
Oh,
thank you,
good.
Suzanne.
We're doing we're
So
going the
have
other
I.
way now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change
Is
colors.
everyone else ready?
I'm changing colors just so that it's more clear.
The whole shape. Yeah, the whole shape.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Nita.
And I'm
Thanks for
going to
telling me.
demonstrate the one where you do a bitty outside and you end up with a funkier shape. So I'm going to take another color.
See, this is,
Which
you could get
colour?
interesting. So the person, I don't know,
Yeah.
I didn't see the name of the person who asked about multicolored threads, but I was very
Yeah.
impressed that they even asked that question. But this is where you would change your thread. So
Yeah.
I imagine red, pink
Red?
and red going.
Oh,
well,
for you?
Yeah,
Oh, you're
could.
gonna
I'm
do
going to
that?
keep it all the same color.
Oh, you are?
But
Are
you
you
could.
sure? Okay.
I know, she's just,
It's
it's my neat
It's,
freak.
I
in me.
know, you want to weave, you want a nice
I just want it to
even,
be deliberate.
yeah,
And then I think I'm going to sew hearts in other colors on this.
nice.
So I've like
Oh,
used the
nice.
whole to inspire a redesign of the whole jumper.
You'll have to pretend there are more holes than there are.
No, I'm going to. So you don't need a hole.
You
That's the
don't
thing.
really, well, you know what, I don't know about that.
No, but the
I
holes
actually have a
inspired
bit
me.
of a rule about that. I think I
Oh.
need a hole. It actually is a design feature.
Mhm.
When you have real holes,
Mm.
it makes a different effect. Somehow, it's almost magic. You just don't, it's unpredictable.
Okay.
It's of nature doing its work.
That's me, you see. I'm a bit like, let's have it all
Let's
controlled.
make it what we want. You can do that too. I just don't tend to darn where there's no.
Here we say, or you can do
need.
one design. Okay.
Yeah. So now we're going to go, I'm changing colors. You're not.
So you can show, maybe you want
And
to
you
go up to the
don't have to
camera
have
bit
a
more.
new, yes, I will. So. Oh, I'm leaving it. I left it
On
just
the
the same.
inside
I
or
left
the outside?
on the inside. We're going to deal with all our ends later.
Okay.
It's
so
not
Kate,
hard.
put it through. left it loose on the
Yeah,
inside.
so I'm doing that again
And then
because I've
she's
changed.
rethreaded a new color.
You've got it same.
I know,
So
I'm doing the same.
you want to start from, I'll do that in a sec. So just if you're starting with a new color, do what I'm doing, right in the corner again, in the corner, pulling it through, leaving another tail. You can do knots, but it's not necessary.
Am I
What's
going
that
in and
up?
out underneath?
Yeah, now
Underneath?
you want to,
that.
let's have a look. Start from inside. So I think if you
Yeah,
dip that and come out right, right as near to actually the point as you can.
okay.
So go to the bottom, go in and come out at the
Like over and
bottom.
under the
Over and under. Let's just go through what's going to happen. So here you are with your warping, with
Yeah.
your verticals. I use the back of the needle very often, the eye,
Oh God.
because it's easier to not pierce it.
Okay.
You don't really want to pierce it. It's just like
oh
weaving.
my God, we're using backwards needles.
We are, yeah. So in, out. See what I'm, oh, it's hard to do backwards.
What do we have to do backwards?
We don't. I'm just
Okay.
doing it for the camera.
Oh, okay.
We do not want to do backwards.
Oh, okay.
What's
okay.
happening here, because you've got extra, you're going to maybe skip some if you're not careful. So like look at your.
Okay, I'm just going to explain because I think people
Yeah.
just need a recap here.
Right.
Right. So what I've done is I have done over and over and over and over and over that way. And now I'm here on the corner. And now to create a solid piece of sort of fabric on top, I'm going to weave this going in the other direction. So I'm going to go over and under, over and under, over and under along the edge of all my little, does that make sense?
Let's both do it.
Okay.
And then, so I'm going to talk it through at the same time. Oh, what have I done? No,
And
I've
you have
done
to make
another boo-boo.
sure that you do go over and under every single one, otherwise it's going to create a hole.
Can I just show you the idiot thing I did? Because this is something, it's quite easy to do. I have come all around and I've done that. So I'm on purpose
Okay, I'm
doing
going to
these
keep you on the
mistakes.
straight and narrow there. Just follow
Really?
me.
Yeah, I'm
follow
just
me.
following you. Yeah.
Just like this.
Yes. Oh,
See?
thank you. Thank you. What I'm doing now.
Oh, I see. When you know when Kate said, "Don't catch it."
Yeah.
Oh, I
Did you just
understand
do
why
that?
she said do the back of the
Right.
needle, because when I'm going in and out, I'm finding that it's quite easy to sort of go through the thread instead of over and under it. So I'm just being quite careful about that. Just thought I'd share it.
Yeah. And if you do catch, it's not the end
Just-
of the world. It really is okay. Anything can be either redone or, you know, sort of sewn over
Nita has
so
a
that it
question.
doesn't show. And we have a question.
Somebody says, I can't get my weft threads to be close together. Any tips?
Oh, yes. Okay. So we haven't done that yet. I'm going to show you now this bit. So I'm moving in, using these running stitches to get there. And there's my topmost thread of my warping. And what was the question? You can't get them to be close together. Yes, I have a very important tip. Sorry, I hadn't quite got there yet. So here we are. I've got some issues as well with you just want to make sure you've got all of them because they hide behind.
Yeah, they
See
do,
that
don't
one?
they?
They really do that. They do that on purpose.
God.
They just mess with you. Yeah.
I understand now about the whole tension thing.
Yes. Tension
Making me quite
inside and
tense.
outside. So I'm just going to do one more pass there because it's easier to show.
But it doesn't matter if, Kate said, if you do end up going through.
No, it doesn't.
worry
You'll deal
about
with
it.
it. But what it does make it harder to do is put your warp threads closer together. So now, person who asked that, and anyone else who wants to know, I'm doing my next line. So I went over that one. I want to go under that one.
Going back the other way.
So you'll need this tip too.
Right. go on.
About making it close. So again, I'm going to use the back of the needle and I'm doing the opposite thing from what I just did. So, oh, what's that one called? Under, over, over. And look, I took
the
two,
opposite
but actually I
one.
didn't because I haven't done that one yet. Under, over, and over. I might do one more.
That's a good question, teacher.
Yes. Yes.
I've got to the end of my line,
Yeah.
like this,
Yeah.
and I'm wondering, my instinct, because I want to do this, but I don't need it,
Yeah.
is I just want to do a stitch.
No, you
No.
don't need to do that. That's where you do your turn that
Yeah, I
we
know. I
did
kind of want to
before.
do a turn,
Oh, if you really want to do a stitch, you
but
can do a
it
stitch.
won't be good.
Well, what you want to do, not do, is see, I'm going to show you
15
here.
minutes left.
Okay, we'll do it. We may not finish, but we will nearly finish. You see that?
Yeah.
Push this is the same thing you do in weaving. You kind of tighten it. Ooh,
That's it.
tighten
There we are.
it. And push with your needle.
I'm going
That's
back.
the answer for that person. Push up with your needle so that they are adjacent. It looks terrible now, but it's going to look amazing.
You're
and
not going
that
to have
goes
to
for
pull
all
this
of
or
you.
anything. So it's
No, pull it. You mean
Yeah.
in when you're
Yeah.
wearing it?
no, I mean at the end of this in and out.
No, don't pull because that's
Just
again
keep
too
the
much tension.
loose.
So
Oh, I've
sort
got to
of
say,
loose.
if anybody hasn't tried doing it with the back of the backwards needle, I highly recommend that.
Yeah,
because
it's really
it was
fun.
really annoying. I kept picking up my threads,
Yeah.
and now it's much easier.
And
this
you
way.
can sort of do it without.
Wow,
You
that's
do it
revolution.
on
Oh, God.
away from
It's looking
the
like
work.
a darn.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't take long to look like a darn. I've done I've missed one here. It doesn't matter. It's going to look okay.
Oh God, this is so much better doing the back of the needle.
I know, right? It's one of the tricks.
Oh, this is good fun.
And again, this is another of the tricks that you always push it up with your needle. And if you want, you can hold down your
tell
your
everybody.
warps. Yeah. So I'm pushing it up. I'm holding down my warp threads and pushing the last line up into the next one. Is there another?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
says when we get to the end, do we need a stitch or anything to anchor it? Or do we
That's
just go
what I
back the other
asked.
way?
Nice
Well,
word.
yes, anchor.
I did it. I
It
did anchor
isn't
it.
necessary, and it's actually not advisable necessarily, unless you have, if you did sort of start right at the edge of your hole and you need some reinforcement at the edge, then yeah, sure, take a stitch.
Do you know why I did it?
Why?
I'm going to tell you.
Why?
Because I wanted to help define the outside of my heart shape. And of course, I could have gone, I can
yes,
always do
right.
that at the end, but I just thought while I'm here, I
Yeah,
thought I'd just put a
may as
stitch in.
well, bit of definition.
Mm.
You can also, if you take a stitch, which you can do, just make sure it's up enough, close to your previous, where you want it to be,
That's
not down,
two
so that then
rows.
you're stuck
2 rows.
having a too
Oh,
loose
this
thing.
looks so unlike, oh, it does
Is
fit
it already looking darny? Let's see.
It
Oh,
quite
so
sweet. How many are we
cute.
supposed, how many am I going to need? Like
well,
3?
you keep
Like
going until
thick.
you get to the end.
So it's quite thick. I'm not going to anchor it then. No anchor.
I don't think you need
Don't
to.
need to. I'm just doing that backwards needle thing. God, has everyone else turned their needle round? Wow. I would say that's a must. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that's an option.
Well, I don't know that it's, you know what, I've got so many, as in, you know, history and theory of mending, the history of mending, which no one has looked at, really barely at all.
Mendology. Kate calls it
Mendology is the whole lot of all the things. There are more things. It's a discipline.
A
I'm the-
PhD.
I
You're gonna be
am
she's going to actually
Dr.
be a like a real life doctor.
Doctor of
Mendology, mending.
Mendology.
How cool
I
is that?
am the Institute of Mendology on legs. That
Wow.
is, you know, it's me at the moment, but it's going to grow. Actually, there's lots going on. Anyone who's interested, get hold of me.
Less and less like
It
a heart shape, but
is-
I'm not worried.
No, because you can
not
always,
panicking.
Kate, when you're done with your
I'm
darn,
going to fill it in, don't worry.
and you can outline it,
Outline it.
re-outline it. You can make it a bit bigger.
So what?
so that it's
Okay, so I
more
think I
hearty.
finished.
Ooh.
I'm going to outline it now
Yes.
before because it's going to drive me crazy.
Oh,
if
that's
it's the wrong shape.
gorgeous.
Right.
Yes, so
gonna-
now you can do
I'm
your
gonna go-
embroidery, which is not darning,
so
but it
now-
is
but
also.
just I'm going to basically be doing this running stitch thing. It's very easy. Straight into the fabric and just filling in the blanks. Which
Yeah.
I think-
And then if you want, if it's still not to your liking
Mhm.
shape-wise,
Mhm.
just do it
Go
again.
around the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
You could even do it in a slightly darker pink.
What a nice idea.
Or you could use your gold.
Somebody says,
Even.
I'm looking at this as part of my PhD, the history of mending and upcycling.
So you have to connect
me.
because Kate is
Yes, connect with me. Where are you? Where
Wow.
is she? What's her name?
Name is Ruth.
Hi, Ruth.
Hi, Ruth. How cool.
Where in the world?
Oh yeah, where?
Probably England, because a lot more is happening there. Where are you?
She's in the UK.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, there is a lot more there, I have to say. I mean, having
Why
said
is
it's
that
no
then?
one, it isn't no
Because
one.
it's huge
But-
crafting community in the States. All
Well,
the-
yeah, but this is not crafting. I'm talking the academic discipline
Oh, I
that
see.
ignores this kind of mending. There's a whole thing in waste studies and discard studies. There's a thing called rubbishology that I don't know how serious that is. Really looked into it, but it is, you know, the soft thing mending.
Rubbishology.
I know the
See, they would
soft
call that
thing.
trashology here.
I think they probably do. I need to look it up. I need
Kate's
to
lived in
probably-
America. How long have you lived in the States, Kate?
Yes,
How many years? How many years?
30 something. I actually lost track. I know. I have lost
30
count.
years, but you're
30
still very
years.
British to me.
I sort of never lost it, did I?
No,
I don't think you will either somehow. I think it's
No.
just it's a way and a outlook and a something. It's cultural.
well,
And by the way, let me just say, here we go stitching and chatting. This is the ancient way. This is what people always did, especially women. You do it in a circle and you just chat more because you have no eye contact. It's like when you're on a long, you know, when you're on a long car journey
yeah.
and you end up having these really deep conversations because you're not looking at each other. That's happening. I mean, we probably could have chatted anyway, but still, time check.
That's
Okay.
true. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
mean, we
God, we've
have
got 8
done
minutes.
some
I'm gonna
Yeah.
finish this heart.
I'm going to finish this one. Anyone have
Yeah,
any
how are we
issues?
doing?
How's
Let
it
me
going out there? Oh yeah, okay. So for mine, it's looking like this. So you see how they are
Dinah
wobbly.
Gorzanga is called a stitch and bitch.
Oh yeah, no, that's you know what? That's a very old and well used and still in use term, but
Okay.
I don't like the bitch
Let's-
part.
no, I don't
You
either,
know,
but
it's
I
so
get it.
bitchy. Inside is
Okay.
a mess. Oh, let me tell you about
Have you
actually,
shown them the inside? Yeah.
yeah. Shall I do now what we're going to do with the
Yeah, we
ends?
should. Well,
I can do
is
it.
anyone else nearly? I've got like
If
7
you're-
minutes. How long is it going to take? 'Cause I really want.
Oh, not long at all. It's really.
Look, it's coming in much more heart shaped
Oh,
now.
nice! Look at that.
And then
It's
if I
so
want to,
cute.
well, it's a bit of a squished heart, but squished heart is at least.
But there's never been a heart like that before.
See, that's the thing. Never been
Yeah.
a jumper like this before.
Right.
And every time I wear this jumper, I'm going to think of this session
Yeah.
and how relaxing it was to do.
Yeah.
And you realize that as we're doing this, we're saving things from landfill.
Yeah.
So how many people are on this call, we're saving
Yeah.
233.
233 knitted garments
Yeah.
are being saved from landfill right now.
Yeah.
That's hello.
Yeah. That is a lot. And not just that many, because it's going to multiply. Because you're going to be hooked. Even if it hasn't gone perfectly today, you're just going,
It's really
there's just,
nice.
isn't this, I mean, who hates it?
Yeah,
Anyone?
who's enjoying themselves?
It's not
I'm really
easy.
enjoying
I
myself.
always, one of my statements, and I have this on a jumper that's actually going in an exhibition I
Oh my
heard
God,
just today on the way
statement.
here.
I just got that.
It's
Anyone else?
the opposite of hate is mending. And I've got that on a jumper and it's going into an exhibition at Winterthur
Oh.
next summer. Because it's true.
Look,
if,
I'm just
you know-
going so off piece right now because I just want to get
That's
this heart
good.
shape. Okay, we've got 5
Well,
minutes.
That is,
Okay.
sorry, tails. Let's do the tails. All
Let's
right,
do
I'm
the
going to arrest you see how it's going. It's just going to be, it's going to look really neat
let's do
in
the
the
tails.
end. And there you go. And actually the warp for someone who asked that, in fact, the warp of this one is more prominent. Oops. Oh, well, anyway, so here's the ends. And that's the shortest, so it'll be the hardest. I'm going to do it first. Take your magic threader, your magic yarn
I chose a
threader.
very thin thread and regret it. Don't watch it. It's the same technique. You've learnt the technique.
Yeah.
Just go over it with a thick
Oh,
thread.
yes, it is harder. And I'm going to, I'll show you. hang on a sec, let's do the
Let's do the tails
tails.
first because we've got
And
like
then
6
if there's
minutes.
time, I'll show you one I did with embroidery cloth, which you can also use. You can, as I said, use anything within reason that you have to hand. I can't find a needle I like. This one will have to do. All right, so I'm just threading that end, and then whatever works, works. This is the mantra of mending. This one, I'm going to use I call it the flange, this waste stuff. I'm going to, and this is pure wool, so it's going to kind of felt itself. And I'm just going to weave it in, by which I mean sew it. Just sewing it into what I've done before. And I'm going to do that until I run out of yarn to use. And that was the shortest, as I said, the hardest being so short, because now I can't get it in back. I'm just going to get it in a little way back, because that's actually much more secure than you might think. And when you've got a longer tail, do the same thing, but go that way and then that way, backstitch essentially. So backstitch it in places that don't show, either don't go through to the front, but go through the yarn, which you don't want to do generally, but you do with this because you just want it to be secure. And another thing you can do, if you've got a big flange like here, you can use that, and you can pretend I've threaded it. You can
Someone's
go in
what's
and
someone
out.
asking, Notice? Are they?
Yeah, so you can sort of go all around. You can do anything that works. Just
So it's good to leave alone.
yeah, because then you've got more to secure, and it's easier. And you know, that you might end up finding that you've woven into it, you've done your darn through your tail, but it's that's going to be fine too.
Okay.
You just want it to, oh,
Well, I basically wasn't listening to anything of that, any of that.
because you were,
Because
you
I'm
know,
so determined to get my after ready for the
Yeah.
after. Typical, right?
Ooh, let me do,
Sorry about
let me
that.
do that.
You're going to have to show me in a minute. I'm just like going crazy with the pink to make sure I can get the shape right, fill it all in, because who cares, basically. I just want it to look right from the outside.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to look good now, because it was just looking really weird. And
Oh, just
I
because
know I've gone right off piece.
I was just going to say, no, that off piece, there is no piece.
Don't look at the back.
There's no piece.
There.
We're pieced.
How about that?
Pieced-less.
What do you think? Look.
Oh, that is adorable.
Isn't that sweet? I mean,
That is so
it's
cute.
heartish.
Oh, it's heartish and heart and a half. It's heart.
I think that's
It's more
nice.
hearty than many hearts.
And you could
I've
make that
seen
more pointy
before.
by making them. I think I might make it a bit
You
more
could
down
do
there.
another round if you wanted to. Oh, look, it's gorgeous.
Just look, the back is a show.
You're first. Yeah, the back is not.
Mine's
no
like
one's
a
going to
little.
see that.
Mine's like a cushion, like a sponge.
Well, you know what? That's a trapunto. That's a technique. That's something that people do on purpose. And so you've done, you can pretend.
What's the
you did
question?
that.
We got 1 minute
Yeah,
left.
somebody says, I have a big hole in my scarf. I'm still creating stitches. My question is, does tidy/tightening up the weaving ends? Does
what tighten it?
wait, does it tidy/tighten up when the weaving is done at the end?
Yes, it does. You can get all the way, see, and still, well, it's sort of not that bad, this one, but sometimes it's just an absolute hot mess until you get right to the end, and then it sort of magically comes together. Just keep going, don't be put off. And if it doesn't this time, you know you've learned. I mean, this is the way you learn mending, is by doing it.
And if you just go off completely random like I have, try not like that.
Yes, knotting is also a way to deal with
there
your
you go.
ends. If you want to knot your ends together, that is
There
a
you go.
perfectly good technique.
That's the bodged version.
Well, you know that, yeah.
Did somebody do this on something like a silk scarf, or is that too delicate?
Yes. No, I mean, that is borderline. Depends if it's kind of fairly stable, then you can do it. I'm going to show you a more
Anna, can we go over time-wise?
wispy.
Okay, it seems not.
Here's a very thin sweater. That is, I mean, it's really thin.
God,
And I
this
did
is very thin.
Lots
look at
of,
that.
and it's got
at
some
this.
holes to go.
And
It's
this, look at that
all
one.
done with variegated
Wow.
colors of embroidery thread.
Okay, I'm going in for my, right.
So
How's everyone coming along? Is anyone else finished? Let me show.
yes, we need to love it. I know, I'm so, I was going to say proud of you, but that kind of sounds all.
No, be proud of me.
Okay,
I can take it.
you can take it.
Thanks.
Okay,
Are you
I'm
proud
really
of me?
proud. That's so great.
But how nice is that though?
It's beautiful.
I think that's a really
Oh,
cool
God,
jumper.
look at, see, look where the hole put itself.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've just clocked.
yeah,
Oh, I'm going to have a moment.
yeah. The
Gather
thing,
myself.
it's
That is like
a lot about mending is kind of
right
magic.
on the heart. It is like literally on my heart, because
Yeah.
if it had been in a place where you would have thought the heart would be, because it's a man's jumper, the heart wouldn't be on my heart. But because it's like that on me,
And it's your husband's jumper.
really happy with it.
Your
just
heart
saying.
on it, with your heart on it.
Hmm.
It's just gorgeous. I'm so pleased. It
Thanks,
came out
Anna.
that way.
Remember to
Amazing.
write. So we're going to take a before, I'm going to take an after picture now.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a selfie.
Can we have one with both of
Oh,
us
yeah.
as well? And then I will post it.
Here we go. I'm going to do, right, ready?
Okay.
There we are.
Yay. That
That's
is
nice.
so gorgeous.
Oh dear.
Oh, you want to, well,
Anyway,
you know,
do
we
that
don't
later.
have to, we can.
So-
let them.
Okay, one more, and then
Oh,
I'm going
okay.
to take my after. Ready?
Yeah.
And really weird. That's a really, that's like a grimace, but never mind.
No, we'll have to
My
do it
grimace
after.
is going to go up on, I'm going to post this on my story right now. I'm really going to regret that. But I'm going to
Okay,
post this
and
on my
I'm not
story
looking
straight
friendly.
afterwards as my
Oh,
as
well.
my after. No, I'm going to make it into the before and after template. I'm going to use the, what's the template one again, Anna, you like?
Layout is one of them.
Layout. So I've got
I think I use
collageable. I'm
layout.
going to make the before and after right now.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to post it as a story on my Instagram. And then hashtag converted closet
Fantastic.
masterclass.
Also hashtag visible mending
And me, hashtag myself.
and follow at visible mend. You know, I like followers, but the point is you will be in a mending community. It
Yeah.
really is. It's like
We
an
are, this
extraordinary.
is a gang.
This
We
is,
are in a mending gang. How does it feel, everyone? I'm loving this. Are we all loving it? Really enjoyed it. Okay, right, let's do a quick showing everyone our work in the windows. Okay, and we're going to flick through the gallery. Right, here we go. Oh, something's got another hole there for a second.
Well, that happens.
Here we go. I'm going into the gallery. Oh my God. Oh God.
Come back.
God.
There it is.
There it is. All right. Okay, this isn't a good situation. Let's minimize. Right, here we go. Oh God.
You know, they
God,
can see us making faces at that. Okay.
Okay. This is going to look really professional on YouTube. Okay, here we go. Thank you for bearing with me then. And I'm still holding your garments up. Right, we're going right. First page. Garment! That's not.
Oh my God.
Oh, I know. Hannah Lane.
Beautiful. And look at
She
Tamsin's.
knows. Look at this.
Oh, and look at Melissa's.
Pat.
Look at that. That's so neat. Oh my God.
my
Some of you
goodness.
did not need a lesson.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
Hannah Lake. That is some
Look
work.
at you all. Oh my God. Look at, is that lip down
Yeah,
there?
that's what I was saying.
Oh
That's,
my
I
God.
love that outline.
Okay, we're going on to the next page. Look. Oh my God. McKay. Harley
Oh,
McKay.
my goodness.
What?
that
You're
is
making
so
that. I'm going to put mine away
professional.
then. Look at that.
No, it's a different
What?
style.
Look at this.
That's Stephanie. That's beautiful. Stephanie, Andrea. Lisa. that's
Wow, look,
great.
I
This
think
is
you
what-
know what you're doing. I think they
Did you actually need? Did
Not
they
really.
need this? I
I
don't
think,
know.
but
I think
we're all
they
in
are.
we're in our gang.
Yeah.
Here we
Oh,
go.
these are the Shire people.
Oh, but we're all,
Yeah.
are we not going to all post our before and afters on hashtag converted closet
Yeah.
masterclass? and then we can all get together for another one. And
Yeah.
then I know there's another one I like, isn't there, that I think is really cool, where you outline the whole,
Oh
and the
yeah.
whole looks really deliberate and it looks amazing.
Well, that's
So we'll do that another time.
Trisha's one of the
So
gang.
I think remember, anything that didn't get answered, you can email Masterclass. Oh, we need the company and the gang.
Yeah.
Masterclass@convertedcloset.com
Oh,
for
okay.
questions. We'll put the blog up where we can cover some of the questions in as well, frequently answered questions.
Mhm.
And then tag me, put your photos up, and we'll do this again soon, because I have loved this. I hope everybody's really loved it. You loved it.
I've loved it.
Anna, Nita, have you loved it?
Loved it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys
Oh,
for doing all those.
Can I just
you know, the
say, that is the
questions.
symbol of how I feel right now.
Oh,
Thank you,
oh,
Kate.
Thank you, Kate.
Yeah. And we've
Two
saved
Kates
all these
from-
jumpers, all these, whatever we've done.
And more into the future.
Okay. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
So much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye for now. Come back. Come back.
Let's do it.
Oh,
I'm gonna stick through. This is so
Go,
fun.
keep waving. Keep
Keep
waving.
waving.
Keep waving.
It's,
So,
I might.
mending is very friendly.
I think I'm
Rhymes.
gonna have a little emotional moment now, so I'm gonna have to go before I embarrass myself. Bye, everybody. Love you
Bye,
all.
Mom.
So well done. We did something
Yeah,
amazing.
we did.
We did
It's an
amazing.
amazing thing.
Bye.